T from a chance meeting to the last, extend. It was the summer of 1985 when Mark first saw Emily. He had wandered into a small town in southern France, hopelessly lost, searching for his hotel. The cobbled streets were narrow and quiet, and the sunlight reflected off the stone buildings, creating small golden glimmers on the walls. The smell of fresh bread mixed with the soft perfume of flowers spilling out of open windows. He turned a corner and stew. Inside, laughter and the low murmur of conversation blended with the hiss of the espresso machine. Emily was behind the counter, arranging pastries with gentle precision, her hair tucked behind her ears, a smile playing on her lips. Mark paused, almost afraid to disturb the calm, but something drew him forward. "Hello," he said awkwardly, brushing his hands on his jack. She looked up, and her eyes sparkled. "Are you lost?" "Maybe," he replied. "Or maybe I'm just looking for the best coffee and tea." Her laughter was soft and musical. "Well, you found it. Sit wherever you like." He chose a table on the terrace, overlooking the river where a small rowboat floated lazily. The sun warmed his back, and he felt, for the first time in days, a sense of peace. She moved between tables with graceful ease, chatting with customers, pouring drinks, exchanging smiles. "What do you?" Mark smiled. That afternoon, their conversation flowed effortlessly. They spoke about books, movies, favorite childhood memories, places they longed to visit. The hours passed unnoticed. When the cafe started closing, "Would you like to take a walk?" he asked, feeling bow. She considered for a moment, then nodded. "Sure. There's a little park by the river." The walk became their first real date. They wandered under tall trees, shared ice cream from a nearby stall, and laughed over small, silly things. A duck stealing someone's sandwich, a street musician playing off-key. Mark thought, I've Neve. Weeks turned into. One rainy afternoon, Mark leaned against the cafe window, watching raindrops race down the glass. Emily joined him inside, soaked but smiling. "You're crazy," "And you love it," he replied, taking her. By a year later, they married in the little church where their eyes first met. Their family home was modest but cozy, with a small garden Emily filled with flowers, fruit trees, and climbing ivy. Their 2 children, Lily and Thomas, were born within 3 years of each other. Life, Evening. They see. As the children grew, Mark and Emily encouraged their independence. They helped them navigate school, friendships, heartbreaks, and small adventures. Mark remembered holding Thomas's hand when he rode his first bike without training wheels, while Emily watched Lily perform in. When the children moved out, Mark and Emily rediscovered themselves. They traveled to Italy, Ireland, and the forests of Scandinavia, attending concerts, visiting small galleries, and simply sitting together in quiet towns. Sometimes they walked through the same streets. Years passed. Their hair turned gray, their steps slowed, but their hearts remained young. They continued visiting the cafe by the river. It had changed little. Same terrace, same scent of coffee and pastries, and each time they found one late afternoon, sitting on the terrace, Mark squeezed Emily's hand. "You know," he said softly, "I would never have found my way if I hadn't stumbled in here that day." "And I would never have had coffee alone," she replied, smiling. They laughed quietly, remembering decades of love, laughter, and small miracles that filled their life together. As the sun set, bathing the terrace in gold, they leaned against each other. Memories of their first meeting, first kiss, the birth of their children, quiet nights, chaotic mornings, laughter, tears, all blended together in a warm, comforting memory of a life fully lived. Mark and Emily sat side by side, eyes closed, hearts full, smiling as the last light of the day disappeared. From a chance meeting to the last sunset, their story was one of love, laughter, patience, and small wonders, a life built not on grand gestures, but on everyday moments shared, hand in hand for decades.